Week 55 of reselling online, and it has been a roller coaster of a week. Like, I mean crazy. Like, I thought things weren't going to go as good as they did end up going, but it comes with a silver lining because the DVDs, the books, the bread and butter items have pushed through and they have kept the fires burning. Now, I do have a huge encouragement for you this week, and you'll understand it as we go through the video, but do not let 1 week or 1 day dictate the entirety of your reselling game, because that would be something not smart to do, simply because it does play with your head, and it's kind of like the current stock market. Last 30 days it has dropped big dollars, but if you zoom out, we're actually up. So this is the same reality when it comes to reselling. You got to stick to your guns, you got to push through, and you got to get it done. Don't let that fear and don't let that doubt sneak in. You've got this. All right, let's go through all the details. So top item number 1 for this week was another World of Warcraft sealed limited edition or collector's edition. This one cost me $4.50 from that video game haul. Almost out of these items. I've sold this for $200. It's also going to Canada, and I've profited $175 after fees and postage. Top item number 2 was this 90s Lego land speeder. This one is actually from my personal collection. I've had this for years. I kid you not, very long. So I purchased this originally for $29. I've sold it for $100. Profit $47 after fees and postage. Top item number 3 was this Weeds Complete Collection DVD. It cost me $4.50. This came from that video game haul. I was able to sell it for $70 and come out with a profit of around $40 after fees and postage. Top item number 4. Now, I actually didn't think this was going to sell for this much, but remember that Jelly Belly dispenser that I picked up from the other day in one of my op shop hauls? Well, here we go. Sold it for $60. Worked out, I paid $2.20 for it, profited $38.51 after postage. Postage was a bit more than expected, but hey, I'm not complaining. Top item number 5. Now this one I picked up quite a little bit back. I paid $2.27 for it from an op shop, and I've been able to sell it for $64. I had it listed at $70. They've made an offer for $64, and I've profited $37.13 after fees and postage, of course. Now, last week I asked a lot of you who wants to see the details. I want to ask you a question. Would you be interested in me doing a deep dive in some of the categories that I'm selling, such as books, DVDs, why I'm selling them, what to look out for? If that's something that you're curious about, let me know in the comments below. And I had a few people jump down into the comments and leave some comments and some feedback, and there were some strong requests around DVDs, media, and you know, all those details that I can offer. So stay tuned. I will be bringing some videos over the next coming weeks of these categories and some other categories, and basically sharing my insights. I've also had a number of you ask to share more of how I do things and compare it back to also how I was doing it when I started. So copy that, and I'll start to make these happen and start to slip them in as well, because it has been a journey. You know, we're 55 weeks in, and there is things that I'm doing now that I'm doing way differently from when I started. For example, I did a video on how I send my DVDs or how I send my media, and that's changed. A lot of it's the same, but it has changed. More details on this to come. Of course, if you do have any more call outs or anything else that you would like to see, I will do my best to show it. Drop it down in the comments below. All right, so the lessons for this week has been 3. Number 1 has been stick to your guns, and you'll see when we get to the roller coaster slide that why I had to stick to my guns, but also know what you're selling is worth it, right? And I think sometimes when you don't have a good week, or when you don't have some of the big days in a row, it starts to play with your head mentally, right? And really, you just got to stick to your guns and know that no, you've done everything you need to do. Good listings, you've got good quality, you've got good value up, and now you just got to wait for the customers to come. Obviously, you need to make sure your house is in order, so make sure you've got no open cancellations or any returns or anything like that. And I am running promos, so doing a promo refresh and things like that do help as well. Number 2 was if you're looking to make some quick dollars, or maybe you just you're trying to bump up to that higher ASP, which is what I'm trying to do for this year. What you can do is start to take some of the items that you've got listed and see if there's anything that you can rebundle. So this week, and that comes to point number 3, is I've been doing some of the, you know, ending listings and selling similar, but then bundling up some items. So things that I might have had for $10 each, and maybe I had, you know, 5 or 6 of them, bundling up and putting them up at $50, seeing if I can build that ASP a little higher. As you know, I'm trying to hit a $40 ASP this year as an average sale price. So is a bit of a challenge, and I'll talk on that shortly. So it's been an interesting week, but full of lesson. All right, so here is the week. 53 sales. We've done an average sale price of $25, so not as high as I would like. Margin sitting around 73%, and we've done a revenue of $1,323. That's all come in like the last 2 days. And profit also has come in the last 2 days, $975. As you can see, the items that have been selling have been DVDs, has been books, and then there's been some video games, toys, and a few other little things in there too. So crazy to see what's been happening. So here is a progress over time. As I always say, that one day does not dictate the rest of your reselling game, and we've had an above average week. Average week is now around $1,081, but after having some of those bigger weeks of around $1,900, $2,000, getting something like this, and you'll see in the roller coaster slide in a second how getting to this level of $1,300, it was quite a drive and quite a journey. Listings and sale wise, we've stuck to our guns. We've been consistent. We've listed 106 items. We've sold 53 items. So come out averaging 7.5 sales per day and doing the 15 per day in terms of listings. And here's that roller coaster. This is what I've been harping on about the entire episode. As you can see, the first couple of days this week was like cricket. It's $50, $59, $35. Now, don't get me wrong. Like this was the top stuff when I first started, and to have that after you've done like a $1,900 week, it's a bit overwhelming. And maybe for you, maybe you're not doing a $1,900 week, maybe you're doing a $400 week, maybe you're doing a $600 week. But when you get a couple of days like this, and it's really, really low, like I'm saying 90% lower, that's when you start to think, what's going on? Why isn't this working? And you get all mentally stuck in your head. Well, you need to just move on, continue to press forward, and that's why I said stick to your guns. Know what you've got is good. Of course, it might not be, so you do need to make sure you're checking yourself before you wreck yourself, but as you can see here, it has been that roller coaster, a loop-de-doo. Woo, 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 woo. All right, a quick update on the goals for 2022. As you can see, progression-wise, from total revenue, we're at 59,500. We're almost at 75,000, which is the next milestone. In terms of the actual 2022 goals, we're at 10% on the way to hitting $60,000 profit. ASP, we've actually dropped down, so we're averaging around 37.21 at the moment. So got to really try and get that ASP up higher. Daily listings, we're at 14.97. When we look at revenue and profit so far for this year, we are skyrocketing, and secret, it's going to be my best month ever, which is incredible. Sales, we've done 218 and basically averaging around 7 sales per day. All right, some quick show and tell, and then we'll get back to it.
All right, team, it's Monday morning and just packing basically all the sales, and look at all this media. We've got DVDs, and we've got a couple of games, and we've got some Lego going out. This guy went for $100, I kid you not. This is incredible. We have some How to Train Your Dragon. We've got an Avatar book, little Furby, cute little fella. Minecraft blind bag, another book, Weeds, the full set. A few other things I'm still getting out, but mainly just media, just lots and lots of media. So pretty good, guys, pretty good. These all vary between anything from as cheap as $7 all the way up to about $40 in this, so not too bad. This is a sealed Grand Theft Auto. It's a no game promo that went for $39. Classical Destinations that went for $40, so good stuff.
And here is perspective, right? And just goes to show that this week is not a top week. I mean, it's 12 out of 55 weeks, but this is the reality of it. Some weeks you're going to have your big bangers, and some weeks it's just going to be slipping through, and some weeks will be worse. And I think something that I would really encourage you to do is go through over your last, however long you've been doing this, whether it's a year, 6 months, get a good amount of data. And I would usually say 6 months to a year of this data, and find out what is your lowest month, or what is your lowest week, and what is your highest month, or what is your highest week. And make sure you have that visual to yourself so you can understand that this is my worst case scenario, this is my best case scenario. Helps you understand, where you're landing, right? And if you are actually having a worst case scenario. And it's also very important to understand this, simply because if you're using this to fund your lifestyle, to pay your bills and things, you need to understand that there is going to be weeks that will be this low. And understanding that will help keep you, I guess, in the right mindset, because you need to be putting money away, or OPEX away, meaning operating expenses and cost funds away for when you do have opportunities, because otherwise you're going to be digging into your personal dollars, and you don't really want to be doing that. So I might be blabbering a little bit here, but it is very, very key. And if you want more details on this, check out Profit First. Pretty good book, and it'll give you a lot more insight on this stuff. So that's it, team. Really do appreciate you being here. And as I said, this week was a roller coaster. It really did play with my head, and I want to be very, very clear here. I'm not here to say that, look at me, look at me, look at these numbers that I've done. But I want to actually tell you the reality of it is that sometimes when you are having your strong weeks, that things play with you, right? And you start to doubt, or you become unmotivated. This is like with anything in life. And I used the share market as an example before. You know, there's a lot of people jumping into the share market and it's crashing at the moment. And people are thinking this is a scam, this doesn't work. And sometimes you get that mentality when it comes to selling on eBay. You think, oh, these items aren't worth anything. Am I doing something wrong? No, sometimes it's got nothing to do with you, right? And you're continuing to, you know, tread your path, push forward. And I think that's all I can encourage you to do is continue to push forward, continue to keep in the, you know, the consistency, whether it's the daily listings and cleaning up shop and doing the, you know, ending sales and selling similar or whatever it may be. Okay, understand this. As I said at the start of this video, you cannot let one day or 30 days or 1 week dictate the rest of your reselling game, because it is a roller coaster journey, and you and I know it better than anyone that it will be a bit of a crazy ride, if only it was an easy one. All right, team, appreciate being here. If you've got questions, comments, let's continue the conversation. And I've got another thrift video dropping later this week, which I'm pretty excited about. Pretty cool. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do the whole shebang, and hustle. Ciao.